Today on Public Eye News, a successful ice fishing season on Little Bay de Noc and continuing fallout from the Florida high school shooting and gun control debates.
Caleb Rydell has our weather forecast, and Max Stevens has news on another Red Wings trade. Hi, I'm Mason Wallace.
And I'm Anthony Cilia, and this is your Public Eye News. And elevated lead levels were found in a small section of pipe at the Jacobetti complex on NMU's campus earlier this month. The findings were a result of a test taken after a recent water line repair and sparked some concern. The Jacobetti complex shut down temporarily to flush out its water system after the unusually high levels of sediment were found. NMU will begin testing the water of each of its buildings in response to the concerns. The university wants to get a baseline for readings for campus and intends to share its findings with the public when the results are in. And the sunny weather may lead us to believe that we're in for some warm weather turning around, but Marquette Department of Public Works estimates that the frost line in the ground is about 5 feet deep. A lot of freeze-ups occur when the people are on let runs because they are under the impression that it's getting nicer out. However, the sun does not reach 5 feet underground. Frost lines along with ground movement cause water main breaks, and weather experts say that there is still a potential for cooler temperatures and that if you're on a run order, you should wait until your municipality tells you to let run is over.
A low-income housing complex proposal was rejected Monday night by the Escanaba Planning Commission. The $9.5 million project would have been built at the Northern Motors dealership site. Those opposing the project stated the building did not fit with the city's master plan for Ludington Street. Vice Chairperson Christine Williams said, quote, "A new development may be in an alternate location, could possibly move forward," end quote. And the warm weather hasn't put a damper on those fishing on Little Bay de Noc. Fishermen have said there are no signs of pressure cracks and they have been traveling the ice safely. North of Gladstone, the ice is averaging approximately 24 inches and there are multiple shanties taking advantage. Bayview Bait and Tackle co-owner Chris Wall said, quote, "Typically the last couple weeks of the season, walleye fishing picks up and the perch fishing has been consistent all winter."
The flu season isn't over yet, and doctors recommend that if you haven't got your flu shot now, it is the time to do so. This year's flu season is about halfway over, and we still have around 3 months left to go. The current outbreak is that of H3N2 influenza A. The vaccine covers this strain and the influenza B H1N1, which typically sees its rise towards the end of the flu season. Experts say that it takes nearly 2 weeks for the flu vaccine to become fully effective within the body. And members of Congress from Michigan are seeking money for a study of health effects of chemicals that have turned up on multiple military installations. These chemicals are known as PFAS and stand for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances. Unsafe levels have been found in both lakes and drinking levels across the state of Michigan, including the Belmont area north of Grand Rapids, the former Worth-Smith and Sawyer Air Force bases, the Alpena Combat Readiness Training Center, Camp Grayling, and the Escanaba Defense Fuel Supply Point. PFAS have been linked to cancer and thyroid, kidney, liver, and reproductive problems. And after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news. Stay tuned.
Coming to Frontline.
Tensions between Saudi Arabia and Iran.
The epic story of two countries, Saudi Arabia.
The Saudis started this sectarian mess, not us.
And Iran.
The Iranians are the ones who are exporting terrorism.
And their decades-long battle for control of the Middle East.
The Sunni-Shia divide about to explode wide open.
The Shia feel threatened.
A two-part Frontline special, Bitter Rivals.
Tonight at 9 after We'll Meet Again.
Welcome back. Just 2 weeks after 17 people were killed in a Florida high school, the legislature is debating a school safety bill. The House Appropriations Committee is considering the bill that would raise the age of 18 to purchase rifles to 21. The bill would allow teachers who receive special training in order to carry concealed weapons in the classroom. Students are expected to return to school Wednesday for the first time since the February 14th shooting. And California Democrats Dianne Feinstein and Arizona Republican Jeff Flake are introducing the bill into the Senate today to raise the age to purchase most assault weapons. The president has said he wants to raise the gun buying age, but the White House has not endorsed a plan to make that happen. Wei Jiazheng has more details from Capitol Hill.
Two senators, one Democrat and one Republican, plan to introduce a new gun control bill in the U.S. Senate today.
Moving the age to 21 for assault weapons or those type of purchases to make it in line with what is already there for handguns.
President Trump has called for that to happen, but now the White House is being more cautious about whether the president would sign the bipartisan bill.
It would be premature for us to weigh in, but as I said, the president's still supportive of the concept.
The president may support the concept, but the NRA does not, and that will make it very hard for Congress to clear a bill that raises the age to buy assault weapons.
There are a number of things that are being looked at right now. That's not one of the ones that's being talked about as much as basically is closing loopholes.
Congressman Steve Scalise, who is himself a victim of gun violence, met with students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Monday.
We talked about policy, but really we talked a lot about shared experience. And obviously it got very emotional. You know, some of the things that they've been through are similar to some of the things that I've been through.
The Douglas students have been very vocal in their push to change gun laws since the mass shooting at their school in Parkland, Florida, almost 2 weeks ago.
I believe they're changing the way our country thinks about this issue.
The students met with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer this morning. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
We cannot settle for half measures.
President Trump's longtime aide, Hope Hicks, meets with the House Intelligence Committee on Tuesday for a closed-door interview as part of the panel's Russia investigation. Hicks arrived late to the interview and did not answer questions that were shouted at her during the panel. The panel is investigating contacts between Russia and Trump's campaign, as is special counsel Robert Mueller, who also interviewed Hicks in the past. She is one of Trump's closest aides and is a key witness to his actions over the past several years. She was his spokeswoman during the 2016 presidential campaign and is the White House communications director. And as sports fans across the country gear up for another March Madness here on CBS, employers might not be so enthusiastic. A new study released overnight says employers spend almost half an hour on college basketball playoffs during the workday. Hannah Doba explains.
What a conference this year in the Big 12.
Americans seem to go mad for March Madness. But as the field dwindles down with Kansas as a #1 seed contender, is all the employee excitement good or bad for business? A new study from Office Team suggests Americans spend 25.5 minutes during their workday on sports activities during the college basketball playoffs. And with the tournament spread across 15 workdays, that's a total of 6 hours. While checking game scores and team rankings are the most common occurrence in the workplace, simple sports talk can also be time-consuming.
Habits are really important because they compound over time.
Time management expert James Clear says the key to more productive habits at work, achieving small goals. According to the study, make sure you're following the company playbook. Know your employer's rules on personal internet use, sports attire, and workplace decorations. Don't fall behind on assignments, and it's okay to root for your favorite team. But remember, it's just a game.
They seem like really small choices, right? In the moment, it seems like nothing in order to make these choices. But over the span of our lifetimes, they end up making a difference.
But the study also suggests employers shouldn't worry too much about March Madness being a distraction. Allowing employees even a few minutes can be time well spent, giving staff the opportunity to bond with colleagues and return to their desks rejuvenated. Hannah Doba, CBS News.
Pakistan scrambles to avoid being blacklisted by the United States for doing too little too late to stop terrorist funding. Islamic State militants have warmed up to Pakistan and are present in Afghan's northern border. Russia has also been getting closer to Pakistan to poke at the United States, still embroiled in a 17-year Afghan conflict, which is Washington's longest war, costing more than $122 billion. And after the break, we'll have your weather and sports. Stay with us.
What does the future hold? Will it ever be clear to us?
It's just basically a question of math, right?
Statistics and big data are changing our world. From weather and politics to medicine, sports, and smart machines. What lies on our horizon?
Statistics, the best crystal ball that humankind can have.
Prediction by the numbers on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 after Nature on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. I'm Caleb Rydell, going to be taking you through your weather for today. As you can see behind me, we got a couple clouds out there, and but it's still hot enough that we are going to melt off some of that snow coming up for the next couple days. Taking a look at our current conditions right now, we're going to see partly cloudy out there with a temperature of 40 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour, and a barometric pressure of 30.03 inches and steady. Tonight we're looking at mostly cloudy with a temperature of 27 degrees and winds out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. And tomorrow we're going to be looking at some partly cloudy out there with a high of 34 and winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Taking a look across the UP, we are going to see sun everywhere, not snow. Trust me, there is no snow out there for right now, but that may be changing over the next month. We're going to start up in Sault Ste. Marie with 44 degrees, go over to Manistee with 39, Escanaba with 46, and down in Menominee, 47. Taking a look at the western half of the UP, we're going to see Iron Mountain with 50 degrees, Ironwood with 45, up the Keweenaw in Houghton, 40, and back here in Marquette, 40 degrees, and the only clouds we see out there. Taking a look ahead, we are going to see that Thursday we have a high of 30, low of 23 with clouds. Friday, a high of 33, low of 19 with some clouds, and Saturday, a high of 37 and a low of 22 and partly cloudy. Well, Max, I would not trade this weather for anything, but I hear the Red Wings are looking to trade something.
Absolutely, and that they did. The NHL trade deadline has come and gone, and the Red Wings have made another trade. Detroit has sent forward Tomas Tatar to the Las Vegas Golden Knights for 3 draft picks. The 27-year-old Tatar has been the leading goal scorer for the Red Wings since the 2013-14 season, scoring 110 goals over that span. The Wings, in turn, received a first-round pick in this year's draft, a second-round pick in next year's draft, and a third-round pick in 2021. The Wings now have 11 picks in this year's draft, with extra selections in the first, second, third, fourth, and sixth rounds. And Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has announced he will appeal the NFL's decision to seek reimbursement of fees stemming from his actions relating to the suspensions of Ezekiel Elliott and Roger Goodell's contract extension. The hearing has not yet been scheduled, but will be before Goodell, and the NFL is seeking upwards of $2 million from Jones. The reimbursement action was initiated by fellow owners and not Commissioner Goodell, but has been approved by the league's finance committee. And the Cleveland Cavaliers have identified the person who heckled San Antonio Spurs guard Patty Mills with racially charged taunts, and the fan has been banned from Quicken Loans Arena indefinitely. Mills was heckled late in the Spurs' 110-94 win in Cleveland on Sunday while he was at the free throw line. Mills' teammates praised the Cavaliers organization for sticking up for Mills, despite Mills playing for a different team. Fellow Spurs guard Danny Green and Manu Ginobili both expressed the value of the swift action by the Cavaliers and how appreciative the players were for the Cavaliers' banning of the fan. Well, Mason, I'd say it's about warm enough outside for some ice cream now. I could really go for some, and I hear you have something on that.
It's definitely a sweet story. If you made car repairs in recent weeks, you may be due for a sweet treat. Farmhouse Coffee and Ice Cream in Franklin is now offering a free scoop of Ashby Sterling ice cream to anyone who's replaced a tire or any other damage caused by potholes. Road crews in Michigan have been stepping up efforts to refix potholes amid sharp winter temperatures. And Elvis Presley has officially entered the run for a congressional seat. Elvis D. Presley, not to be confused with musician legend Elvis A. Presley, is running as a Libertarian nominee in Arkansas. Presley filed paperwork for the 1st Congressional District, where he has also ran for governor, land commissioner, and the state legislator. The filing period for candidacy ends on Thursday. Well, Max, I think anyone with the name Presley would be hard to beat in an election.
I mean, how do you beat Elvis? Is it even possible?
And that's all the time we have today on Public Eye News, but join us again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.